Hi everyone. I'm gonna do a video about my labor and delivery through my C-section. Um, it's gonna have to be kind of quick because um, Sophie is actually in her chair. You can't really see her, but she's kind of acting a little fussy. So I just fed her, but yeah. So if I had to cut this video kind of short, it's because she's kind of getting fussy. Um, but anyways, um, uh, as you all know, I had a C-section, and so I'm going to talk about a few things. So I had a C-section. I had to, it's a scheduled C-section, and that was scheduled for at 1:30, but I had to go there at 11:30. So went there at 11:30, and I was so nervous. I was so scared. Excited at the same time, but I went in there. I already had registered, so I didn't have to do any registration or anything like that, like give them my insurance or all my information, so that was pretty good. So they just they just hooked me up with IV in my arm, which I think at that time they were just giving me like a water kind of solution, um, um, because I had to uh, fast like 8 hours before the surgery, so I believe that's what that was. Um, and then so got undressed, got in the hospital gown, and did all that, and so basically just was waiting there. Then my main nurse, that was going to be my nurse for recovery and for after surgery right after, she was asked me some more questions. They put on the little got the baby's heartbeat, where they put it around your stomach, did all that. Uh, Checked all my vital signs and all that stuff, and she asked me more questions about my pregnancy and all this stuff, and so yeah, and then James was there right beside me, and actually my parents had, right as we were walking in, they had met us in there before, took some pictures for us, walking into the hospital, so that was pretty cool. And they were actually able to come in the back with me right before surgery too and talk to me and all that stuff. So I was so nervous, so anxious, but the 2 hours went by pretty fast, and so then went right into the C-section, and then it was kind of scary because the operating room or whatever, it was like really bright lights, and it was just kind of weird to me. I don't know. It was kind of scary. I was just really nervous and scared. So they took me in there, and then James had to actually go out while they um, gave me my epidural. And I was so scared. I was so scared. I was trembling. And the nurse, you have to hunch over in a position like this to get the epidural. And I was trembling and I was crying because I was so scared. And like I said before, I'm a big baby. So I was so scared, and I didn't like it because James wasn't there. And I'm going to talk about it a little later on. I rely on him a lot, and so it was really scary to not have him right there. She has a hiccup, so I don't know if you can hear it. But so yeah, I was really scared. So then he pricked me with a numbing medication, so when he actually gave me that epidural, I wouldn't feel it. And so that, I guess that was, the scariest part. um, then he did that, and it stung a little bit, but yeah, So then, right after he gave me the epidural, they laid me down. They, started getting everything ready, and they put up the little sheet. And it seemed like forever until I was like, can my fiance come in? Can my fiance come in yet? And it seemed like it took forever until he actually came in there. She actually started, you know, cutting me. Um, no one even told me. And then it was like, the anesthesiologist was like right by my side, and he's like, okay, we're going in there. And then I was like, they were sure to cut me, my doctor, and then they're like, yeah. And then I was like, okay. um, but it was the weirdest thing to me, to the epidural, because it was like, no one really, I didn't know this, but it's actually not just, from your waist. It like goes all the way almost up to like your breast, like right under your breast, that it's the weirdest feeling, just being numb. And I mean, you feel like kind of tugging. I didn't really feel that. I didn't feel anything. It was the weirdest thing. I was like, you're literally paralyzed, and you're strapped down like this. They have you strapped down in your arms. I personally, I did not like it. I didn't like it at all. I didn't like the feeling of not. I mean, of course, I didn't want to feel them cutting me. I didn't want to feel that, but I didn't like feeling like I was paralyzed and just literally like strapped down. And I did not like that at all. But I was trying to keep focused and just trying to keep like, I'm gonna see my baby. Keep that in my head, okay, focus on that. And then, so they let my fiance in, and then shortly, like right after that, she goes, okay, here's the feet, and I could kind of feel just pressure, not really didn't hurt at all, just weird feeling. Um, and then, so all of a sudden, just literally right after that, they told my fiance James, they told him, okay, look over. And he looks over, and he just starts bawling. He goes, oh baby, she's so beautiful. I was like, literally couldn't talk because he was just bawling. And then I heard her cry, and I didn't see any of it. I didn't even see them take her over to, you know, where they cut her cord and stuff before they even take her to the nursery. I didn't even see them doing any of that. I hated that. I just heard her cry, and then James went up and cut a cord and all of that. And I was just literally laying there, and I didn't like it at all. I didn't even get to see her. And then I'm just laying there, and then it seemed like forever. Then they were taking her away, and then James came over, like literally, like not even a minute, like 30 seconds, came over, had her all bundled up, and I got to kiss her. And then they were gone. That was it. There was nothing, like even stuff that I saw in Baby Story and stuff, like there was like at least a minute. I didn't have that at all. They just took her away. And I'm telling you, my C-section experience, I did not like it at all. I mean, I didn't have to go through labor or anything like that, but I hated it. I hated it. I didn't like it. And then, so they left, and so I was there. They were stitching me back up. I was alone. The only person was there, the anesthesiologist. He was great, though. He was there, and he could tell I was really nervous because right after they gave me epidural and they, started the C-section, I started panicking a little because I felt like I couldn't breathe. And I think I was, like, getting in my head about it. And he was like, he gave me the oxygen mask, and he was like talking me through it. He was a really, really great. He was really great. um, so, yeah, so he was there, the one that was like there when they're stitching me back up. And I didn't like it because they all were just, as they're stitching me up, talking about Facebook and gossiping about other doctors. And I was like just in this state of shock, and it was like, oh my gosh, she's crying. I should probably go and get her. Let me go get her. Hold on a second. Are you okay, baby? You want out? Here, I'll hold it to you. I'll hold it to you. Okay. 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 I guess I'm gonna hold her right now. She's getting a little fussy. So yeah. So then they wheeled me away after they stitched me up, and went in the recovery, and I was in recovery, and it was just me in this room. It was kind of like not even the real recovery room. Ooh. Because they had so many C-sections planned for that day. And so there wasn't even room for me to go in the recovery room. So, so, so I was there, and no one was there. My family was all there looking at her in the nursery, and I was stuck there in the recovery room, just literally still feeling paralyzed from my breast down. And oh, and also I want to talk about I had wanted them to put the catheter in after they gave me my epidural, and they did, and so I didn't feel that. But so I have all these IVs in my arm in recovery. I have a catheter in, and they put these like boots on your feet to get the circulation going, so you don't get blood clots. So I had these boots on, and so I had needles coming all out of me, and I didn't get to see my daughter really. I just felt like they just took her out of me and left. And I'm here in recovery alone. My nurse even leaves me. She just does what she needs to do, and sets me up. And I was shaking like crazy. She said it was just from the your hormones dropping and changing, and being coming out of major surgery. So I was shaking uncontrollably, and I was there alone, and I had all these tubes and stuff coming out of me. I had these boots on my legs that kept compressing my legs. I was like, I didn't feel cold like from shaking. Everyone kept being like, "Are you cold?" And no, I was actually really hot. She put on this warm electric blanket on me, and it made me like sweaty, and I just felt like in shock. And so then finally, someone comes in. It's my mom, and talking about how she saw her in the nursery, and oh, she's so beautiful, all this blonde hair. And so then finally James comes back, and then he comes with a couple nurses, and he comes with Sophie, and then I was able to actually breastfeed. But I felt really awkward and uncomfortable because I had all of my family there, and I'm really private and stuff, and I just felt like everybody was there, and here I am with my boobs, like, okay. um, so I, I I was just like, I didn't feel like I was able to really bond with her, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. So I'm not trying to scare anybody that's has to have a C-section or anything, but for me, my personal experience with it, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. This is my first, baby and stuff, so I've never had a, like, vaginal delivery or anything, but, I don't know. I didn't like my experience with this at all. My recovery wasn't better. I wasn't able to really take care of her. I couldn't sit up. I couldn't get up. I relied on James so much, and he is so great, and I love him even more because he literally, like, took care of her because I wasn't able to. I wasn't at all. I wasn't able to breastfeed because I couldn't get her in a comfortable position because I was in pain, and I didn't feel good. It wasn't, I didn't like it at all. I wasn't able to get up, change her until like the second day, but still I didn't feel well. I didn't feel good enough. It was just like, oh man, I had tubes coming in and out of me, and I couldn't get up and do what I needed to do, and I hated it. I hated it, and I felt horrible. I felt like I couldn't take care of her like how I wanted to, and